Welcome back. Over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share with you how I took this yard from this to this, and how I got the driveway cleaned up from this right here to a little bit of that right there, my friends. Sit back and enjoy. The hedge trimmers you see me using here are the Ego brand. They're electric, battery operated, but they work beautifully. Forget everything you've heard about battery operated tools. If you've watched any of my videos, or if you continue to watch them, you'll see I use the battery-operated string trimmer, blower, and hedge trimmers like you're seeing here, and edger. All work beautifully. This family found my information on Facebook. Trimming these bushes here, you're going to see in the front there's a bald spot. That is not for me. They had another company trim these some months back, and they went a little high and to the left on the front of the bushes, unfortunately. So they have a bald spot there, and that's one spot I obviously did not have to trim. When trimming bushes, I've found that less is more a lot of times. So what I usually do is try to get any branches that are standing up, like alfalfa, it's just out of place. That hair on the top of alfalfa's head, all of those right there, got them all off the sides, just cleaning it up, nice and even. It looks really good, just going with the shape of the bush. The gentleman next door actually came over and offered me to park my trailer in his yard, so I didn't have to keep going up by the busy roadway up there. Shout out to him, that was really nice. For my next trick, I'm going to have my edger, as you can see, and I'm just going to put a nice fresh edge on this entire driveway. You could tell by how far the grass goes over the concrete that it's been a while since there's been a fresh edge put on here. But like I said, it's no problem for this Ego brand edger. Like a knife through warm butter, this thing has no problem. Nice fresh edge, and then you'll see me bring out my shovel, and I'm just getting up all of the really thicker stuff in between the cracks of the driveway, like you'll be able to see here, and everything off of the side that I just edged. And then I'll come through with my blower and finally clean the rest off, blowing all of the debris, you guessed it, right onto the dance floor over there in the grass, so that I can either gather it and or mulch it up here shortly. Moving along, you'll see I have out my string trimmer now, and as I'm weed eating, I'm shooting all of the clippings and any debris away from the vehicles here to prevent any kind of broken window or scratches on this BMW, etc. And now I'm going to weed eat these ditches. Sit back and enjoy. I'll check back in with y'all momentarily. This ditch hadn't been weed eated in a while, so it was actually pretty thick. And the speed limit on this road up here is 55. So, these people are blowing my hair back as they go by. So I'm just making sure I try to stay facing that oncoming traffic and aware of when vehicles are coming, so that I can be down the ditch when they come. And then I jump up and get the stuff on the top when there's nobody coming, as you can see. As I finish weed eating here, just grabbing some trash and making sure I don't mow over that, because it'll just make a mess all over the yard. And now I'm going to string trim around the perimeter of the fence line, the home, and at this point I am shooting all of the clippings away from the home and windows. Same concept as, weed eating around the vehicles, trying to avoid any lawsuits, insurance claims, you name it. Not trying to do it. Moving along to the backyard, same thing, you guessed it. To the left, everything you shoot, and the weed eater out to the left, something like that. This looks good, and what I'm going to do is, everywhere my mower cannot reach, the string trimmer is going to get. That way when I get on my mower, I'm just cruising along, and I don't have to try to put it into any tight spaces or stress, all these posts, all of it. Watch when I go around this tree. Just shooting everything away. Easy day when I get on my mower. All right, now the next thing you'll see me do is bring out my leaf blower, and I'm just going to blow a majority of these pine needles in the front yard into piles. This way I can get them onto a tarp, as you'll see, and then I just haul them right to the backyard. The family has a tree line back there where I could dump anything I need to, and they have a pile of pine needles already established, so they offered me to put any pine needles I wanted there. So I'm going to blow all of these into piles and haul them back there instead of starting with mulching up here already. If I got on my mower and started mulching with this amount of pine needles, it would honestly take me longer to mulch them up than it is to just get them in piles real quick, as you're seeing, and haul them to the backyard. So doing the heavy lifting with the blower first, then the mower is going to come in and do the tidying up, if you will. The size of the tarp I'm using here, it's a 5x8 tarp. Na 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 na, hey hey hey. Goodbye, pine needles. Now the fun part, getting on my mower, and now I'm going to mulch up the remaining pine needles and really get this looking cleaned up. I have the mulching kit on my mower for this lawn, so there's no open chute on the side of the mower. That is closed so that everything is just getting mulched under the mower over and over instead of dispersing out the side. I had a gentleman in another video ask what kind of mower it is I'm using. Usually if one person has a question, someone else has the same one. This is a Husqvarna zero turn. I think it's a Z46, Z246, but it's a 46-inch zero turn. You can grab it at Lowe's. You know, it's a great entry-level mower if you're starting a lawn care business like myself. This baby, I've been riding the wheels off it this first season. It's doing great, and it's going to hold me over until I can invest in a bigger commercial unit. You'll notice every time I turn around on my mower, I don't just do a zero turn and spin in place. I'm doing these little T-turns where I go straight, then I turn left or right, back up a little, and then turn back into the T to come back the direction I want. This keeps the mower from doing any ruts or making holes in the yard when I turn around, which will happen if you just zero turn it in place 100%. So you got to take your time. After I finish mulching these pine needles on this side of the driveway, I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys the finished before and after photos that I gave you a sneak peek of in the beginning. My phone ended up dying while I was cutting the backyard, unfortunately, so I don't have the footage of me cutting the backyard, but it was uneventful, thankfully. You know, nothing crazy that you guys missed. However, I will do better in the future on making sure my phone is charged so that I can get the whole video for y'all. One more time, here's a before I started, and there's after. Before I got started, are y'all ready? And after I finished up. One last look. Before, after. Before, big old ditch. After, you could sit down and have a beer in there. Before, that's a lot. After, you could eat off of there as well. Wow. Before, after, before, ooh, a little bit of overgrowth on the bushes, a little bit of overgrowth on this side, and after. Not anymore, my friend. Before of the backyard, are y'all ready for this? After of the backyard. Before, after. As a bonus for sticking around until the end, here is the really nice review that really awesome family left for me after doing that cleanup you just watched. I'll let you read it. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Please subscribe. Please comment any questions or comments or concerns. Have a great day.